Hey, what is going on, Los Angeles? It's J.T. and I hope that you are very well. This is another special rebroadcast episode because I want those listeners who could not be physically present at the march held this week in Hollywood to at least tune in to some of the various words shared by speakers at the march and rally, and so I've time-stamped the episode for exactly that purpose. I also want to point out that this episode simply wouldn't exist without the videographer from Black Lives Matter LA putting this together for the public, including us. So please consider making a donation to Black Lives Matter Los Angeles, which is linked in the show notes. And if you want to support GT, the LA Storyteller Podcast, for sure you can do that through my Patreon page, which is also linked on these show notes. Otherwise, if you have not yet hit the like or subscribe button, please do so ASAP, as it really goes a long way in getting this podcast and its resources to more and more of Los Angeles. With that said, stay vigilant and stay tuned, and free Palestine. It's J.T. out with more soon. It's Jimbo times.
That you are here. Before we get started, I just want to actually take a moment for you all to look around. Look to your right, look to your left. If you're able, maybe even make a circle. Turn around. See all of the people that are here today. Our power is rooted in each other. Our power is that we are here together, calling for a ceasefire now. We are here today as Jews and allies to call for a ceasefire now in Gaza. Let me hear you say it with me. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now! 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 Yes! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Today, to lift our collective voice and to say, not in our name, 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 not in our name. Not in our name! 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 Yes! Not in our name! Yes! Everyone, my name is Michal David. I am here with Jewish Voice for Peace, and if not now, Los Angeles. I am a Jewish woman born in Jerusalem, to ancestors from Eastern Europe and ancestors from Iraq. Yes, I am here today because I am grieving. I am grieving the loss of Palestinians. am grieving the loss of Jewish life, and I am grieving the loss of so many shattered families and so many shattered dreams. I am heartbroken. My heart is literally breaking, knowing that the Israeli government and the United States government are weaponizing my grief to continue to enact occupation, violence, oppression, genocide on the Palestinian people in Gaza. I am here today to turn my grief into collective power with all of you. I am here today to call with all of you for a ceasefire now. Say it with me. Ceasefire now! 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 Yes! Ceasefire now! Thank you. As we stand here today, we must acknowledge that we too, many of us too here today, are also settlers on this land. The Tongva Gabrielino people are native to the Los Angeles basin, right where we are here today. This area that we stand in, it's called Hollywood because the settlers wrongly thought that Toyonberry was the holly plant, and thus Hollywood was actually known by Tongva people as Tovangar. We go beyond land acknowledgement today by taking action against continued genocide in Palestine and move towards accountability as guests here, where Tongva people have been since the beginning of time and have endured and resisted many waves of attempted colonization to this day. The U.S. government promised 1.55 million acres of ancestral lands, and recently the Tongva Tarahat Pahava Conservancy received 1 acre of land back from a Jewish settler. This 1 acre, Hugana, called Place of the Bears, is a sanctuary for people of the Tongva people, the animals and the land herself. Here, Tongva people reclaim themselves as ancestors envisioned. Hui Na'a is a Tongva term for guest exchanged, a voluntary recurring contribution to the Tongva people. This exchange acknowledges both relationship and reciprocity to the lands and the peoples of Tovangar. Be part of a just future. On the song sheets that we've handed out, you'll find a QR code, and you can go to that QR code or to tongva.land/donate to support. From Tovangar to Palestine. Woo! Before we get started with our programming today, I just want to make some brief announcements. We're going to make these announcements, and then we're going to practice people's mic, okay? And then we're going to move on to our amazing speakers. Firstly, you'll see around you that there are folks with yellow vests. Raise your hand if you have a yellow vest on. These are marshals. Marshals are here to help keep us safe. If there are any counter-protesters here today, we ask you, please, allow the marshals to deal with them, to talk with them directly. Please do not engage. Please allow the marshals to guide you as we're here around where you should be standing. We also have police liaisons here today in orange vests. We ask that you don't communicate with the cops directly. If the cops need to talk with someone, they will speak with people in orange vests. Finally, if folks need ASL interpretation, we encourage you to come to the front. We have an ASL interpreter up here. If folks need seats to be in or other accessibility needs, please ask the marshals and they'll help you out. We're going to do one last thing, which is a mic check. This is the people's microphone, the people's mic. This is what we use in case we don't have amplification devices. This is how we hear each other. This is how we hear each other's voices and messages. So when I say mic check, you say mic check. When I say mic check, you say mic check. When I say ceasefire, you say ceasefire. When I say ceasefire, you say now. When I say ceasefire, you say now. When I say ceasefire, you say now. Ceasefire now. Now. Ceasefire now. Now. Ceasefire now. Now. Ceasefire 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 now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Thank you! Ceasefire now! And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Rabbi Robin Podolsky, who's going to lead us in some prayer today. Thank you all for being here.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me in the back? Okay. I'm very happy to be with you today, calling for peace and not with the anti-Semites like John Hagee and Mike Johnson calling for war. It is a spiritual cleansing to be here in this space, where I can mourn the murdered and brutalized victims of Hamas' October 7th attack, and also the thousands of civilians murdered and maimed by Israeli bombs. I'm thinking of Vivian Silver today. In her name, let us call for the release of all hostages and for a complete ceasefire. It is sane-making to be in a space where we can contextualize these deaths and say that it is not tenable, politically or morally, for Israel to hold millions of people disenfranchised under occupation in the West Bank, and eyes on the West Bank, please. It's pretty bad there right now. Where they are now being terrorized, killed, and displaced. It is not tenable morally or politically to hold millions of people under blockade in Gaza, in food and energy insecurity, unable to leave or to better their lives. Only a political solution that secures the safety, freedom, and human rights of all the peoples of Israel, Palestine, will stop the agony. We read in Mishnah Sanhedrin 4:5 that whether you take it literally or not, and I do, whether you take it literally or not, and I don't, the story of Adam and Chava being the parents of all humanity comes to teach that no one should say, my ancestors are greater than yours, and that the death of one person is the death of a world. We also learn in Baba Batra 8b that Pidyon Shevi'im is a mitzvah rabbah. To redeem the captive is a great mitzvah. And in Mishnah Torah, Maimonides teaches that this is the greatest mitzvah, to redeem the captive, not to recklessly behave as though they're already dead. There is no mitzvah greater than redeeming captives to save human lives, to accomplish the release of captives on both sides. We need a ceasefire now. So at a time when groups like Rabbis for Ceasefire are being mocked for praying in our tradition publicly, Jews like us need to hold our way of life even closer. The best response to anti-Semitism is to live a life infused with positive expressions of Judaism. So if the situation is making you go to shul for the first time, or trying a mitzvah that you have not tried before, like wrapping tefillin, I urge you to follow that impulse, to turn away from the dominant death culture and embrace our values of peace through justice. But when we ask you to bring healing and peace to all of the peoples of Israel and Palestine, we have learned from our allies and friends that without justice there is no peace. And so we ask you to bring justice and human rights and healing. Amen.
Thank you so much, Rabbi. Again, we are here today as Jews and allies to say, not in our name, 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 not in our name. Thank you all. With that, I know it's raining, y'all. I feel it. I just want to remind us as the rain comes down that the winter season is hitting Gaza right now. As we stand here and endure this rain, let us remember that our siblings in Gaza are enduring the rain. With that, I will hand it over to Soraya Vaezi, and if not now, leader, to take us away.
Mic check. It is my Jewish values that brought me here today with all of you. Raised in Los Angeles, deeply embedded within its Jewish community, I was taught that our world was broken and that we as Jews have a sacred obligation to repair it. That we as Jews have a divine duty to pursue justice. That we as Jews, our tradition calls on us, above all else, to hold the sanctity of life. So when I join the thousands of American Jews demanding that President Biden do everything in his power to implement ceasefire, I do it as an expression of my Jewish identity, not despite it. I am rooted with moral clarity and spiritual guidance of the Jewish people and of my Jewish values. My Jewish values that say to save a life is to save a world, and to take a life is to destroy one. My same Jewish values that demand that I reject Israeli apartheid and occupation. Demand that I reject calls for ethnic cleansing. Reject calls for genocide. Reject the strangulation of the Palestinian people in Gaza and the West Bank. We come here as Jews who refuse to let the Israeli government perpetuate violence in our name. Not in our name. In our grief and in our trauma, we recognize that mass violence and displacement of Palestinian people cannot be the answer. Growing up, I was taught that the cost of Jewish safety is Palestinian oppression. But as a queer, Iranian, American Jew, I know that our safety is in solidarity. And as a volunteer organizer with If Not Now, I have a community that shares my values. We are here demanding that every American political leader support an immediate ceasefire. And you hear, ceasefire now! 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 Israeli government's ongoing massacre in Gaza. Our demand is for ceasefire, and our demand is rooted in our Jewish values. Our demand is rooted in our collective humanity, and our demand is for our shared human fate for Israelis, for Palestinians, and for all people. Ceasefire now! 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 Ceasefire now!
Thank you all. Your energy is incredible. Let's keep it up. We are ready. We will not move. We will not give up until we get ceasefire now. It is now my honor to turn it over to Hadab Tarifi from the Islamic Center of Southern California. Please give it up for Hadab.
Voices of Peace and If Not Now, and Jews in LA for organizing this rally. I'm honored to be among you, standing with you. I come to you as a Muslim woman. I come to you as a Palestinian, made refugee before I was even born. I come to you as one who was born in Gaza. I come to you as one who has already lost more than 100 members of my family in Israel's brutal assault on Gaza. I come to you as a human being with a broken heart, but never a broken spirit or a broken voice. I am left to mourn my family and loved ones who were massacred in this genocide in Gaza. Yes, I can't even afford the luxury of mourning them. How can I do that when they are still being killed? Those who are still living are facing starvation and slow death. When there is no food, no water, no electricity, or any of the basic needs for a safe, healthy life. Israel has made sure that bombing buildings, demolishing whole neighborhoods, that they will not be livable anymore. They bomb using white phosphor, which is banned internationally. Shame. Israel has broken every international law, has committed one war crime after another. It is illegal to bomb civilians. It is illegal to bomb hospitals, and hardly any hospital is functioning now in Gaza. It is illegal to bomb and kill journalists, and 34 of them at least have already been killed with their families, some of them. It is illegal to bomb houses of worship. Countless mosques have been demolished. 2 churches, one of them is the 3rd oldest church in the world, was bombed. Israel has already killed 11,000 civilians, with 5,000 children among them. They injured more than 30,000 civilians, first responders, ambulances. They bombed and burned agricultural areas to prevent Gazans from even feeding on their produce. They are now bombing solar panels so Gazans can't even charge their phones. Parents in Gaza are now writing their kids' names on their limbs. This way they can identify them when they are killed and their bodies are shattered into pieces
Parents are now collecting their kids' body parts in plastic bags so they can bury them. A new term is being used by doctors in Gaza, and I urge you to research it. WCNFS. It stands for Wounded Child, No Surviving Family. Gaza was the largest open prison in the world for more than 16 years, and now is the largest mass grave for children and civilians. Israel has already dropped equivalent of 2 nuclear bombs on Gaza Strip so far. If you listen to media calling it Israel war on Hamas, you will think it is two equals fighting. This is Israel war on Palestinians. Israel assault on Palestinians is not just on Gaza, but it has been non-stop in the West Bank as well, where there is no Hamas in the West Bank. Yet they killed hundreds and arrested thousands of Palestinians, taking them hostage. Even if Israel has the right to defend itself, how can the international law allow them to use this kind of genocide against Palestinians in the name of security? The international laws allow occupied and oppressed to have the right to fight their oppressors and occupiers. This is not a war. This is not an incursion. This is not chaos. This is a genocide. So let's demand from the media and officials to call it for what it is, a genocide. These are very difficult times. Peace cannot be achieved by committing genocide and massacring people. To Israelis who are scared and calling for security, Biden and Netanyahu are not giving you security by committing this genocide. For the hostages to be freed and be united with their families, the genocide must stop. The genocide must stop. This is why we are here today. Ceasefire now. 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 We demand for Israel to cease its brutal assault on Palestinian people, killing children, starving 2.3 million. We must demand an end to the illegal occupation, illegal building of settlements, illegal arrests, killing, dehumanization of Palestinians. We must demand freedom and justice for Palestinians into what leads to this current brutal and inhumane genocide. Do Palestinians' lives matter? Yes! Is the life of a Palestinian child any less precious than other children in the world? No! Biden didn't even start any peace talk or an attempt to bring Palestinians and Israelis together. Yet he rushed to fund the genocide and start an illegal, undeclared war according to U.S. laws. When it comes to apartheid, U.S. is always late in joining the right for freedom. It did with the apartheid regime in South Africa, and it's still refusing to even consider it with the apartheid regime in Israel. Let's hold power to account, because if we don't, we risk being complicit of this genocide taking place in Gaza. What does it take for Biden to demand, not request ceasefire? Isn't it that he is funding it? Isn't that he, along with Netanyahu, are now becoming war criminals? What does it take for all politicians, from the president, vice president, Congress, Senate, governors, mayors, and all the long list of elected officials to call for ceasefire?
Solidarity!
Thank you. Has humanity died? Has humanity died? Is it missing in action? Has it left and never come back? It's already more than 11,000 killed in Gaza. What is the threshold? 12,000? 15,000? 20,000? Or is it until the 2.3 million Gazans removed from the face of the earth? If this is their goal, I'm telling them now and in front of all of you, they will not succeed to kill my people in Gaza. I applaud you for standing for justice, human rights, Palestinians' rights. I applaud you for standing up for humanity, because it doesn't seem that the world sees the urgency of protecting lives. It's already been 40 days since this genocide has started. As we stand here speaking, protesting, there is already hundreds in Gaza are getting brutally killed. Let's demand Israel end this brutal assault on Gaza. Let's demand freedom and justice. Only then peace will follow. This is a moment of unity. I see you, Jews, Muslims, Christians, all faith, no faith. I see you, fellow humans. We refuse for this genocide to be committed in our name. Gaza has the right to live. Let Gaza 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 live. We demand ceasefire now. 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 Thank you and God bless. Wow. Thank you so much, Hadab. Thank you for being here. We're going to sing a Hebrew song now. I know not everyone here speaks Hebrew. I want to remind you all that Hebrew is a biblical language, and we're about to sing a biblical verse. The words in Hebrew and in transliteration are on your song sheets that should have been handed out. Hopefully they're still surviving this rain. There's an English translation there too. The words are Lo isagoy goy cherev, Lo ilmedu od milchama. Nation shall not war against nation, and they shall study war no more. Nation shall not war against nation, and they shall study war no more. All right, y'all, I'm gonna sing this. Sing off key. Sing with me in the loudest voice that you have. Here we go. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisagoy Oh, To invite up here to speak to you today, Patrisse Cullors, artist and abolitionist. Let's hear it for Patrisse.
I just want to take a moment for us to collectively hold space for what we are witnessing right now. The death, the destruction, the gaslighting, more death, more destruction, gaslighting, censorship. I want us to hold that space right now. What we are witnessing right now, it is not normal. It is not normal. Do not let them make you believe that this is normal. Every morning, I wake up and pray for the children. Every morning, I wake up and pray for the children. The 4,500 children killed in Gaza. The 1 million children still living every day in fear, who were born under occupation, who have only ever known the crushing weight of occupation. Every morning, I wake up and pray for the children. The Black and brown children here in Los Angeles who have lost their parents to state violence. The first time I marched in the streets with thousands of people was protesting the Iraq War. I was angry, I was frustrated and disturbed that my government was spending trillions to drop bombs on brown-skinned boys and girls halfway around the world. I was angry, frustrated, and disturbed that the same government told children in Pacoima, in East LA, and in the Crenshaw district that there wasn't enough money to support our neighborhoods, to support our schools. Even though there always seemed to be enough money for more cops that harassed us and killed us and locked us up. An Iraqi child mattered to me just as much as a Black and brown child here in Los Angeles. It didn't matter that I knew one and not the other. It didn't matter that I was one and not the other. I understood then what I understand now. What I feel deep in my bones. What, as an abolitionist, I cannot deny. We are not free until each and every one of us is free. Liberation is not selective, y'all. Liberation is not selective, y'all. Liberation, it is not selective. We cannot get free by oppressing another. Dehumanizing another will not restore our humanity. We cannot get free by ignoring someone else's centuries of trauma. There's no magic number of people they can kill that will bring our lost loved ones back. There's no amount of homes we can destroy that will make us feel safe in our own. The chains, they don't break that way. I stand here in awe of my Jewish siblings who are living that truth, who are putting their bodies on the line, who are raising their voices so they can't be ignored, who are refusing to let Palestinians be murdered in their name. I'm in awe. It's the rain, y'all. Give me a second. It's a good one. I gotta be on point. I'm in awe of the Israeli families who have lost loved ones, whose loved ones are hostages and are challenging the Israeli government and pushing back against the right-wing government that is being led. Your bravery matters right now. We need to be collectively brave right now. Your pain is seen. You are not alone. As you speak up for others, we will speak up for you. We will make sure that anti-Semitism has no place in the struggle for liberation. We will fight white supremacy side by side. I see you. I hear you. I am with you. I stand here in awe of the Palestinian people who will not let the world forget them. Who refuse to let the powerful dictate the terms of their freedom. Family, I see you. I hear you. I am with you. We will make sure your stories are told, not just the stories about your suffering, but the stories about your bravery and your solidarity, your compassion, and your life. Your life. Your life. I am in awe of my Muslim and Arab siblings facing Islamophobia and being gaslit daily. I see you. I hear you. I am with you. Anytime another human being is suffering, we must speak up. Yes, yes. I am a queer Black woman, an artist, and an abolitionist. I believe abolition is the way we move forward right now. Move forward with care and love and a commitment to our collective healing, to our collective living. A vision where all of our families get to be full and evolved human beings, where our families and communities get to be together in deep and healthy ways, where we get to experience safety and connection infinitely. If there's one thing I know for certain, is we are safer in our thousands. We are stronger in our millions. We are undeniable in the billions. If there is one thing I know, it's that we are at our best when we speak from many faiths, one voice. When we speak up to say, ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Thank you so much, Patrisse. Let's hear it for Patrisse. We are here together in our pain, in our grief, but also in our power. We are powerful together, and we will no longer underestimate how powerful we are together. We know that our voice can only be heard when we sing, when we raise our voice together. Let's hear it for the energy. Let's hear it for us. Let's hear it for our power. Let's hear it for the power of the people. It is my deep honor to welcome next to the stage Michael Wolfe, JVP organizer. Let's give it up for Michael.
Look at this crowd. Can we give it up for y'all? It is 3:30 on a Wednesday, on the first day in a while that it has rained. Rain or shine, free Palestine, am I right? Mic check.
Mic check.
We are here
We are here
to demand
to demand
a ceasefire now.
a ceasefire now.
We are here
to
demand a
demand
ceasefire now.
ceasefire now.
Los Angeles, I tell you, okay. My name is Michael Wolfe, and I am a chapter organizer with Jewish Voice for Peace in Los Angeles. And I am here in anguish and grief and rage to demand a ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
As an American, I am calling on the Biden administration and our congressional representatives to end the unfolding genocide of Palestinians in Gaza that my and your tax dollars are funding. Not on our dime! Not on our dime! Not on our dime! Not on our dime! Not on our dime!
Not on our dime! Not on our dime!
As a Jew with Israeli family, I grieve the loss of more than 1,200 Israeli lives. And I grieve the loss of Palestinian lives. More than 11,000 killed. More than 4,600 of them killed our children. More than 29,000 wounded. I will continue to grieve, but I will not allow my grief to be used as a weapon of war, to be fuel for genocide. To those who would weaponize the grief of the Jewish people, my people, I say, not in our name. Not in our name. Not in our name. My great-grandfather Max was born in Bronsk, Poland. He and his family survived the anti-Semitism bombs of the Tsarist regime and came to the United States. Some of my family stayed in Poland, and to this day I don't know where they are. It's possible they were killed in the Shoah, the Holocaust. As a Jew who grew up in Overland Park, Kansas, I knew about anti-Semitism. I knew when the Westboro Baptist Church protested outside my synagogue. I knew when a former Klan member violently assaulted our Jewish community center. And I knew because our community made sure we learned every single detail of the Shoah. In the 3rd grade, we role-played being in a concentration camp. The concept of never again was drilled into me, which is why when I see the openly genocidal rhetoric of the Israeli government, when I hear about the entire Palestinian families being erased from the civil registry, I am appalled. Weren't we taught never again for anyone?
Yes.
Never again for anyone.
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 I care about my Israeli family. When I first learned about the attack, I checked in with them daily to make sure they were okay. When I told my Palestinian comrades I had family in Israel, their first question too was, Michael, is your family okay? Our Palestinian comrades are so dehumanized by our government, by the Israeli government, by many of our fellow Jews here in Los Angeles and Hollywood. And even though they have lost dozens of family members, that's still one of their first questions. Is my family okay? Think about it. Fortunately, my family is okay. But there are Israeli soldiers being sent to die. There are Israelis who have been taken hostage, and yet they are not free. We need a ceasefire now.
That's right.
We need Israeli hostages to be released. And we need Palestinian prisoners, more than 10,000 of them, to be released. Everyone for everyone. 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 We are in Los Angeles, Tinseltown, Hollywood. Many of us and our ancestors came to this city and the entertainment industry because we were excluded elsewhere. These industries have long been sites of labor organizing, critiquing state violence, and storytelling that speaks truth to power, in which Jewish creatives have often been central. Jewish people in entertainment have been blacklisted and muzzled for such expression in the past. And we see this repression repeating against those who support Palestinians and oppose genocide and occupation today. But much like our ancestors in Hollywood, we refuse to be silenced and say never again for anyone.
Never again for anyone.
We stand in solidarity with the recent SAG-AFTRA and WGA strikes. And we say to its membership as champions of causes for justice, join us! When media glorifies U.S. and Israeli military violence and perpetuates anti-Palestinian and anti-Arab racism and Islamophobia, it fans the flames of this genocide and manufactures consent for war. We need stories about peace, justice, and safety for all. We need stories that tell the truth of how we got here. More than 75 years of Israeli apartheid. More than 16 years of the Israeli blockade of Gaza. We need stories that remind us the best of what humanity has to offer. And right now, more than ever, we need the story we, those of us Jews and allies who are here right now, calling for a ceasefire.
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
And we need leadership to hear our calls. We want to thank Representative Maxine Waters for calling for a ceasefire. This next part is really hard because we want to ask Judy Chiu, Tony Cardenas, Adam Schiff, Grace Napolitano, Brad Sherman, Jimmy Gomez, Norma Torres, Ted Liu, Cindy Kamlager-Dove, Robert Garcia, Nanette Diaz-Berrigan, Michelle Steele, Alex Padilla, and LaFonza Butler. Where are you? Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Representatives.
Representatives.
We are Jews and allies.
We are Jews and allies.
We are LA Jews and allies.
We are LA Jews and allies.
We demand a ceasefire now.
We demand a ceasefire now.
A humanitarian pause.
A humanitarian pause
Is not a ceasefire.
is not a ceasefire.
A humanitarian pause.
A humanitarian pause
Is not a ceasefire.
is not a ceasefire.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
We are LA Jews and allies.
We are LA Jews and allies.
And we demand
And we demand
a ceasefire now.
a ceasefire now.
A humanitarian pause.
A humanitarian pause
Is not a ceasefire.
is not a
A
ceasefire.
humanitarian pause.
A humanitarian pause
Is not a ceasefire.
is not a ceasefire.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire
I
now.
teach you all this song. It's a call and response. You'll pick it up. All right? Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Not in our name.
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 Not in our name. Ceasefire now.
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 Los Angeles, you are amazing. I'm gonna turn it over to my friend Michal David to talk about what we're doing next.
All right, y'all. Let's hear it one more time for Michael. This is a beautiful sight. We are here, thousands strong. Take a look around. Look to your right. Look to your left. Say hello to your neighbor. Tell them, thank you. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for coming out in the rain. Thank you for being ready to speak truth to power.
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
All right, y'all. We are about to take this incredible energy that I can feel pulsating through my body, and we are about to take it on to the streets. We want to make sure that this march is powerful, and we also want to make sure it's safe, okay, y'all? So on that note, I need you to listen to me real quick. We're real careful, okay? We have marshals. Marshals are in yellow. Marshals will be guiding our path. Please, y'all, listen to what they have to say. They know what's up. So if they ask you, can you please shift this way or that way, ask, listen, say. In just a few moments, we are going to head out from this park. We are going to go out to my right through this door. We are going to march. I ask y'all to be very careful about your step. It is wet and it is muddy. So be cautious as you walk. Make sure you're looking around your surroundings, and make sure that we stick together, because as we said before, our power is in our unity. Our power is in us being here in the thousands together. We're going to take this energy to the street, and as we take this energy to the street, I want us, from the depths of our hearts, from the depths of our souls, as Jews and as allies, to find all the voice and power we have within us to say, ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Where's Sheree? Okay.
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Alright, we're gonna head this way.
Ceasefire now! 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 Ceasefire now!
Okay. Put a little bit more. Behind you. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Alright. BLM-LA is in the mix here. We're about to head off onto these streets to demand a ceasefire now. Hey, this is Tenacity, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please share this with your friends. It is really important what's happening right now. If you cannot make it out here, We're heading out from the Long Creek Park. But if you can't make it out, best thing you can do, let your friends know, hey, this is going on. You need to tune in right now. I think this field will be different from our usual EPAs, as we navigate the march. So thank you. Continue to bear with us. This is, this is live. We're going live, So it'll be going like that.
It would help get people out quicker. Yes. Oh, okay. You might have seen me. And I want to get involved in
To. So we are through Hollywood. I believe that we do have an intended destination.
Hey, Los Angeles. I hope you're enjoying this conversation as much as I am. I just want to take a moment to invite you to my Patreon channel, which supports JT the LA Storyteller Podcast in more ways than one, and which also provides just a little more from each convo. And of course, this is because it takes a little bit of work to put this podcast together, including research and reaching out to folks and scheduling things. And then studio time, editing time, finally publishing, and then a little bit of marketing time. And the Patreon channel is just the best way to support all of that, to support independent storytelling in LA by JT the LA Storyteller. So I would love your support, and I can give you my word that it's going to be more than worth it. Now, back to the show.
I just for safety, we will just keep that route information to go along as we go. Alright. Thank you for bearing with me as I'm adjusting this tripod. So at this moment, the marshals are preparing their points so that as we walk out, when we march out, everyone's safe. So you can see out there, they're preparing it out. So we're lining up. We'll be out there very shortly. But look at all these people here. It's really important to know that people power makes a difference. It's important to stay engaged. So, for the people who are watching now, thank you so much. Thank you for this live. Blue Plaza, thank you for watching.
Ceasefire now! 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 Ceasefire now!
Black and Palestinian solidarity has been happening throughout the eras of our movements for liberation, for freedom, for equality and equity. This ain't nothing new. I don't know if in 2020 you all were watching when there were just a myriad of live streams of protests that would go on for hours, that would document just everything, the ebbs and flows, the highs and lows and everything. And so, this is real time. And I think each moment that we are here as we begin our march very shortly, we just see and observe and reflect on why it is important that we don't shut the fuck up. We cannot just shut up when there is a genocide happening, when governments are trading, sharing tactics, colluding in the oppression of black and brown people, which people don't understand, who promoters, engagers, beneficiaries of white supremacy, that they hurt themselves too. No one benefits when oppression is happening. So stay engaged.
Ceasefire now! 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 Which way do you need to go?
We need to go directly to the front, sir. Excuse me?
Ceasefire now!
Excuse me?
How far away to go?
Literally.
Pardon me. Pardon me.
Sure.
Thank you. Sorry. To your right, to your right, to your right. To your right, to your left, to your left, to your left. To your right, to your left. Alright, pardon me, pardon me, pardon me. To your right, to your left. Thank you.
A large proportion of American Jews who know people who were killed or kidnapped by Hamas.
Please go this way.
1,400 Israeli humans were killed and 240 were kidnapped. My son's friend, my friend's favorite babysitter, the brutal massacre cut a ragged gash in the body of the American Jewish community. We are still mourning. Everybody in the Palestinian community knows somebody or knows somebody who knows somebody who was killed in the Israeli bombing and IDF incursion into Gaza. Whole families were wiped out. Generations of families were erased from the planet. More than 11,000 Palestinian humans have been killed so far. Some 4,000 children. Let's be clear. If you oppose a ceasefire, you're acquiescing in the killing of hundreds more Palestinians.
Yes!
Sorry for my hand job.
Let me say that again for those in the cheap seats in Washington, D.C.
Yeah!
If you oppose
Umbrella.
a ceasefire, you're acquiescing in the killing of hundreds more Palestinians.
Thousands!
If you oppose a ceasefire, If you oppose a ceasefire, you are abandoning the 240 Israeli hostages to their fates, probably their death. The demand for a ceasefire is a demand to intervene in the logic of war and the logic of violence. The logic that operates from the principle that the only way to peace is through war. This is a principle which is based in magical thinking, or rather diabolical thinking. All wars lead to more wars, even if there is a respite of some years. The war to end all wars is now called World War I. The 20th century is an object lesson in the logic of war. Israel-Palestine has been the scene of almost continuous violence from 1948 till today. And the violence, of course, didn't start in 1948 either. The British, and before that the Turks, were part of the cycle of violence. There is a common but wrong-headed notion that those who advocate military action, those who want to militarize everything from war to police to public schools, are realists. In fact, the realists are those of us who are saying that war has never led to anything but more war. Armies are trained for one mission: breaking things and killing people. It is time to ignore the war planners and listen to the peacemakers. We demand a ceasefire and a return or exchange of hostages so that the Israelis and Palestinians can move out of a war logic and think differently through a logic of peace. We demand a ceasefire as the beginning and first step in dismantling the occupation and protecting Palestinians in the West Bank from attack by settlers and the army.
Ceasefire now! 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 Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Long live Palestine! Long live Palestine! Long live Palestine!
We demand a ceasefire in order to create space for a diplomatic solution that addresses the root causes of occupation and apartheid and guarantees equality, justice, and a thriving future for all Palestinians and Israelis. One of the cornerstone texts of the rabbinic tradition is the 3rd century Mishnah. It teaches that God is in pain whenever a murderer is executed. The Mishnah adds that if God is in pain when a murderer is killed, imagine how much more God suffers when the innocent are killed. God must be in overwhelming, unbearable pain right now. In the name of God, one of whose names is Shalom, peace, we demand an end to the killing and a return of the hostages. Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire
just want to finish with one of the older prayers that we have in our tradition. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu. The one who creates and constructs peace in the heavens, may that peace be rained down upon us, upon all of the community of Israel, upon all of the universe, and everybody in it. And let us say together, Amen. Amen. Thank you so much.
Rain or shine, free Palestine.
Rain or shine, free Palestine!
Rain or shine, free Palestine! Rain or shine, free Palestine! Rain or shine, free Palestine! Rain or shine, free Palestine! Rain or shine, free Palestine! Rain or shine, free Palestine! Rain or shine, free Palestine! Rain or shine, free Palestine! Rain or shine, free Palestine! Rain or shine, free Palestine! Rain or shine, free Palestine! Rain or shine, free Palestine! Rain or shine, free Palestine!
Yes, Hollywood and Hollywood. Art and Hollywood.
I want to bring up Maya, who's an amazing organizer with Students for Justice in Palestine.
Thank you all for this amazing opportunity. It is so amazing to see all these people from all different walks of life standing here today for the same cause, for Palestine. The fact that we are all standing in the middle of the intersection right now, amidst all of the struggle, amidst all of the pain and suffering that we as a community have had to endure, that to me is incredibly admirable, and I thank all of you for being here today. Today, I'm speaking on behalf of the Palestinian people. We are living under an occupation. And I'm using my voice as a vessel for all the people right now who have been martyred, whose families have been martyred. Lists and lists of families. I am speaking on behalf of the people living in Jerusalem. 17 generations of Jerusalemite blood. I am speaking on behalf of my ancestors and the intergenerational trauma that we have had to face as a people. We as a people have continued to endure massacre after massacre, after massacre, after massacre, after massacre, and after massacre. We have had to deal with the expropriation of our land since 1948. We have had to deal with the enclavization of the West Bank into areas A, B, and C after the Oslo paradigm that was supposed to grant us peace. Where is this process now? Where is it? The world must not look at the siege on Gaza as a one-time event.
That's right.
Because it is a reality that we, as a Palestinian people, have had to endure year after year after year after year after year. And I have had to recall instances when I was younger, in 2014, and in 2019, and in 2021, where I've had to continue to see my people. It is so weird seeing people that look like you, who sound like you, who speak your language, who look similar to you. It's so weird and bizarre to continue to see these individuals on your screen as they are being bulldozed. But we as a people are not alone in this struggle. Our Jewish brothers and sisters have had to endure this struggle with us. And with this cause, we cannot overlook the struggles that we have intersected within for over 75 years. I would like to recall that 70% of the Israeli population is Mizrahim. When Mizrahi Jews arrived on boats and on planes to the States, they were sprayed with territories. They were also put in enclaves too, and they were referred to as an inferior group. Is this acceptable?
No!
So we can see how this is a hierarchy. When Ethiopian Jews arrived to the state of Israel, what happened to them? Sterilized. They were sterilized! Is this how a state cares for its people?
No!
Is this how a state treats its citizens?
No!
Is this how a state treats its indigenous?
No!
So why should we continue to stay silent? Because we can no longer stay silent on this.
We will not. We will not.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
I would like to say that just this Sunday I have found out that 7 family members of mine in Gaza were killed. But we as Palestinians living in the United States, we can't even process our grief because we are busy trying to appeal to the Westerners for them to see our reality as not a side. Just 3 weeks ago, when I started to witness the horrors on my television screens and through the lenses of journalists such as Patrisse and Patrisse, I felt this sense of shame. A shame that we as a people are scared. We are scared of speaking out. Why is it that we as a people are scared of speaking out? Because of our situations with the Israeli occupied territories, with their military orders that restrict our freedom of speech. Why is it that we feel scared when these people are living in Gaza right now and are fearing for their lives while they are trying to take their remaining bits of electricity to showcase to the world what is really happening? Is this fair? Is this just?
No!
Is it humane?
No!
So why are we scared of posting? Why are we scared as a community of sharing? We can no longer stay silent. And this is not to you all. This is to members of the international community and celebrities who have yet to speak out. How dare you? Is your lifestyle more important than human lives?
No! Never! Say it again! Say it again!
Is a lifestyle more important than human lives?
No!
So, take it up. Showcase these perspectives and stories and listen to Palestinian experiences. Listen to the experiences of all the Jewish people who have had to endure the horrors of living under the occupation. The occupier also suffers with us, remember that. These people are not soldiers by choice. They are forced to enlist. So why are we allowing for these governments to dictate how we live our lives? Isn't it a democracy?
No!
This is why we must utilize our voices as the younger generation of both Jewish people and Palestinian people, from the diaspora to the territories, to the Middle East and beyond. This is why we have to utilize our voices to make a change. We must use education as a catalyst. We must continue to educate ourselves from the suffering of all so that we know how to advocate and how to speak up.
Yes!
And I advise you all to ensure that every single Palestinian that you see reminds you of humanity. Every single Palestinian that you see reminds you of what could happen to you if you were born in a place in which you can't control when you leave and when you come back. Any of us could be Gazans right now living there. Any of us by chance. They did not choose this life. Long live Palestine!
Long live Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
Israel is a terrorist state.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
5, 6, 7, 8.
End the occupation state.
And the occupation state.
Now do something about it. Thank you. What do we want now? What do we want, y'all? What do we want?
Ceasefire now.
What do we want?
Ceasefire
When do we want it?
now.
What do we want?
Ceasefire
When do we want it?
now.
We're gonna bring up another speaker. Her name is Konstantine Anthony. As you all know, what we want today is for our elected officials, the Biden administration, to stop being so cowardly and using Jewish people to justify their funding and their genocide. Konstantine Anthony is the mayor of Burbank who just pulled his endorsement of Adam Schiff for not calling for a ceasefire. The only elected official here. We're going to give him a second to share.
66% of the American people in a recent poll support a ceasefire. In political terms, that is called a supermajority. A supermajority. That number jumps to 80% when you just poll registered Democrats. And last time I checked, our president was a Democrat. So I don't know why Joe Biden is not agreeing with 80% of his voters. You know, my civics teacher told me in high school that we live in a representative democracy, that the people are represented by their electeds. Well, the people are here. Where are the electeds?
He's the state representative, California.
I live in Burbank, but we got something in common with Hollywood. Wherever you're sitting and standing, you have the exact same congressional representative that I do right over the hill.
Yeah.
And he's running for Senate. He's running for Senate. But he has not called for a ceasefire. I originally, almost a year ago, endorsed my Congress member because I had worked with him on a number of other issues. But at this point, seeing what is happening, all the live feeds, all the social media that is coming from the people on the ground, you cannot stand idly by and not call for a ceasefire. You just can't. So here's my challenge to you. You need to make this issue so wildly uncomfortable for them that they have to agree with you. You march, you protest, you call, you email, you get on social media, you stop traffic in the middle of Hollywood Boulevard. And you stand up for what's right. You stand up for innocent civilians. You stand up for the people who are crying out. The people who are crying out for a ceasefire. Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Thank you.
Free, free Palestine!
your hand, and someone will bring it to you. All right, thank you. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Let Gaza live! 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 What do we want? When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Ceasefire! When do we want it? Now! And if we don't get it, shut it down! 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 Ceasefire now! 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 All right, y'all, we have another speaker.
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! All right. That's the only chance I know. I am not usually a protester. I mostly am a comic. I don't speak at protests, but stage time is stage time. Did anyone catch the March with Israel yesterday in D.C.? Oh, you didn't see it? Yeah. No one else saw it either. No one fucking went. But as I looked at that crowd, and I now look upon this crowd, I am so proud to be marching with so many Jews and Gentiles of all ages, races, genders, and nationalities who are brave enough to demand an immediate ceasefire. Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! So I'm not speaking to you as a representative of all Jews. I am a bad representative. I came from a secular family, and the closest thing I got to a bar mitzvah is when I was 13, and I one time saw my dad send back soup for not being hot enough at the cafe in the Holocaust Museum. That was the thing that happened. Very embarrassing for me as I watched the Gentiles look at each other, seeing this old man screaming about soup,
and wondering if it was a test. At that moment, I became a man. I do not represent all Jews. No single person represents all Jews, as no single state represents all Jews. Especially not the state of Israel. Possibly New Jersey, though. That is why I'm here. I am tired of Israel claiming to represent me, my family, my friends, my pets. That my existence is inextricably linked to their existence. That the existence of the Jewish people can only be secured through oppression, displacement, and genocide of Palestinians. I am tired of free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine. I am tired of the Zionist weaponization of Jewish fear and trauma. Shame. And also, as someone in the entertainment industry here in the middle of this fucking tourist trap, I gotta say, I am tired of the intimidation, the punishment, and blacklisting of both Jews and Gentiles. Jews and Gentiles who have the guts to say what every major human rights organization has said: Israel is an apartheid state. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Okay, so I was gonna say now no one will hire me. I know actors who have been dropped by their agents for this. I know agents who have been fired from their agency for this. And I know entire writers' rooms who don't dare speak up, and I do not blame them. But I know this. I know this. Despite what these handful of Zionist bullies would have you think, these bullies and browbeaters who claim to hate anti-Semitism and yet are happy to play into the old anti-Semitic conspiracy theory that they control Hollywood, I know this, despite their threats, I know for a fact that the vast majority of Jewish and Gentile writers, actors, producers, crew, and assistants in this town stand with Palestine! They call that slogan genocidal. They call a cry for Palestinian equality and dignity, Palestine will be free, secretly a Nazi chant. Yes. Nazis, famous for bearing the lead on hating Jews. And here's the... Yes. So, free, they say, free is a code for genocide. A state where everyone is equal is not genocide. And they can figure out the name later. They can call it Palestine or something. It's close enough. It sounds like a Jewish name to me. They look for secret codes in our slogans and in our signs and in our fucking stuffed plushy dolls shaped like a cute squid. And they say, oh, see, mollusks, those are anti-Semitic dog whistles. That's what they say. And while they look for hidden messages, they say out loud, Palestinians are animals. They say that Arabs breed too much. On TV, they say this. They say killing hundreds of Palestinian children is worth it to kill one Hamas commander. I cannot be silent about this. We Jewish voices calling for a ceasefire, calling for peace, who are critical of Israel, critical of Zionism, we are inconvenient to the narrative that to speak out against the crimes of Israel is to speak out against the Jewish people. Yes, they do. They do. With one hand, they call Gentiles anti-Semitic for using the dual loyalties trope, and on the other hand, they call you traitors for a country you're not even fucking from. I am from Culver City. My homeland is Culver City. Our existence as Jews of conscience is inconvenient to them, to the point at which people like Avi Mayer at the Jerusalem Post suggested that all of us here should be excommunicated from the Jewish people. And this gives up the game completely, because that way you can claim all Jews stand with Israel, because if you don't, you are no longer Jewish. Well, I've got news for you, Avi Mayers of the world. You do not own the Jewish people. Israel does not own the Jewish people, and Zionism does not own the Jewish people. I see nothing Jewish. I see nothing Jewish in your blind nationalism, in your racism, and your cruelty. Zionism doesn't fight anti-Semitism. Zionism is anti-Semitism. Israel claims to be a bulwark against anti-Semitism while simultaneously doing everything in their power to terrify the Jews of the world into mistrusting their friends, breaking up families, attempting to isolate and gaslight and manipulate them. Zionism is a cult. And we must break free from it. Freedom from Zionism. Freedom for Palestine.
Ceasefire now! 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 Ceasefire now!
I'll find the name of the comedian.
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Long live Palestine! Long live Palestine! Long live Palestine! Long live Palestine!
All right, we're gonna have Blue.
So the person who just spoke was Matt Lieb. L-I-E-B.
Hello. Wow, wow, look at all these beautiful people. In the rain. Rain or shine, free Palestine!
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 Woo! Thank you so much. Okay, so my name is Lukoy. I am a Mexican and Jewish American musician. And I've been asked to come here today to present some songs to you in our beautifully diverse Jewish languages that the Hebrew language is so often used to suppress. Right? So, and that resonate true to the struggle of the Palestinian people, and I wish to sing these songs in solidarity with them today. This first song is called In Kampf. It's a popular Yiddish worker song from 1889 by the labor poet David Edelstadt. And I feel that the text resonates more than ever with the plight of the Palestinian people. I'll share it with you here. We are driven out and despised. We are tortured and persecuted, for we cherish the poor and the weak. We are shot and hanged, robbed of our lives and our rights, for we demand truth and freedom for the downtrodden, those enslaved. Cast us into iron chains, tear us apart like bloody beasts. You can only kill our bodies. You can only kill our bodies. But you will never kill our spirit. And we will fight on and on until the whole world is free. Free, free Palestine!
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 Thank you. Okay. So I want us to sing this song together. So I'm going to teach you the melody. Okay, there are 4 parts. Da 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 da. The next.
All lives matter and Black Lives Matter, so Donna, you know that.
One more time for the beginning. So you can do that with me. Here we go. And mir werden gehasst und getrieben, mir werden geplagt und verfolgt, und aus nur der Volk macht mir lieben, das soll mich machen hoch, das soll mich machen hoch. Mir werden beschossen gehangen, mit Roben des Leben, der Folge mit Leben ist verloren, und Freiheit verräumt nicht, und Freiheit verräumt nicht, schmied unter den Keden, wie blutige Kreis und Reis, kämpft und kämpft nach Leben, nur kein Mal unser Heiliger Geist, nur kein Mal unser Heiliger Geist. Kennst du den Mann, Tyrannen, nein, kämpar, det bringar det sorg. Och mer kämpar med snaren, die ganze Welt wird werden befreit. Die alle Palästina werden befreit. Wir kämpfen, bis Mannen, alle Palästina wird befreit. We fight until all of Palestine is free. Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Rain or shine, 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 free Palestine!
All right.
I'm gonna bring Hidab to the microphone.
Assalamu alaikum, greetings of peace everyone. My name is Hidab Karifi. I am with the Islamic Center of Southern California. But before that, I am a Palestinian. And I am from Gaza. I was born in Gaza. I was made a refugee before I was even born, when my father was made a refugee in 1948, when him and his family were ethnically cleansed from Jaffa, where he had to go to Gaza. My father didn't want to even come to the United States because he said he was done being a refugee, having to go through 2 immigrations. But we convinced him. We said, no, you have to come to the U.S. This is the land of the free. There's democracy here. And I thank God that my father is not alive to witness this genocide happening in Gaza and witness this country standing on the wrong side of history. What does it take for President Biden to demand, not request, demand the ceasefire for a genocide that he is funding? What? Is it 10,000 dead in Gaza is not enough? What is the threshold? There are already almost 5,000 kids, babies have been murdered in Gaza. And I want to bring your attention to the puppies that the organizers have brought, because these represent the dead in Gaza. These lives that are human, the life that God created, no one has the right to take away unjustly. Netanyahu and Biden are taking us. They have caused a second Nakba that I never thought in my whole life that I was going to witness again. I have been for the last 40 days feeling so lonely, so down. If it wasn't for my faith, I would have hated the whole world. But today, I feel different. Today, I feel among friends. I applaud each and every one of you, not only for being here, but for standing for human rights, standing for justice, demanding ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
I am confident with God Almighty that Gaza lost will not go in vain, because God is great and God will make them victorious. And I want each and every one of you to know that, God willing, when this genocide stops, our work is not over. We have to make sure that what caused this genocide never happens again and never. We say it now, not in our name. It will never be in our name. I refuse to have a war criminal be my president. If it's the last breath I have, I will make sure he's a one-term president. We charge you with genocide! Biden, Biden, you can't hide! Biden, Biden, we can't hide! Biden, Biden, you can't hide! We charge you with genocide! We charge you with genocide! Biden, Biden, you can't hide! We charge you with genocide! We charge you with genocide! Biden, Biden, can't you see? Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! Long live Palestine! Long live Palestine! Long live Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Intifada, Intifada! Long live the Intifada! I want to close with one sentence that I want to share with you, because every day I try to reach my family in Gaza. I've already lost more than 100 members of my family since this genocide started. Shame. I have been unable to mourn them. And those who are still alive are going through a slow death for not having the basic needs to survive. Shame, yes, shame. I am hoping that the next time I'm able to reach them and they're alive, I want to share these pictures, I want to share these videos with them and tell them they are not alone.
Viva, viva Palestina! Viva, viva Palestina!
So here's the way the song goes. Just repeat after me, alright? Ceasefire now! 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 Not in our name! 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 Gaza live! Let Gaza live! Let Gaza live! Let Gaza live! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire chair, please raise your hand. And we'll bring one to you. All right. All good? Sounds like we need one over here.
Folding chair here, please.
Folding chair.
Folding chair. Any others?
Any other need for a folding chair? Please raise your hand. Or make your over here and on that. Sorry. All right, we're gonna have Melina Abdullah from Black Lives Matter Grassroots.
Hey y'all. So look, a lot of folks, can I give this to somebody? A lot of folks have asked, why is Black Lives Matter Grassroots demanding free Palestine? Why is this a black issue is what we've been asked. Isn't this a distraction from the freedom of black people? No! We're very clear about who we are. We're very clear that the liberation of black people is bound up with the liberation of Palestinian people. A black issue. Historically, black people have always stood for freedom in Palestine, from James Baldwin to Audre Lorde. Our ancestors have said, if black people are to be free, Palestine has to be free. Like Angela Davis have called for freedom in Palestine. Every black organization worth its salt, I've never used that term before, has called for a ceasefire and freedom in Palestine, from Dream Defenders to Movement for Black Lives. And I am proud to say that Black Lives Matter Grassroots, which is all of the chapters around the world, have said, we demand a free Palestine. So I want to lift up why this is a black issue. It's a black issue because freedom means that we have to see ourselves in the faces of other oppressed people. That we have to search the world and say who is being dehumanized, because black people know that dehumanization is something that we've suffered since the moment we were stolen from the shores of Africa. So we see ourselves in the faces of Palestinians. We also know that black people have been a moral compass. We've said it's not enough to say what are our political calculations. How can I just get ahead? How can I secure a comfortable place in oppression? Black people have said that we have to put freedom and justice and the world that every single faith demands, that Jewish people, that Muslim people, that Christian people, that those who follow traditional African religions all say that we demand a world of freedom and justice, and it is our sacred duty to push for it. We also heed the words of the patron saint of Black America, Tupac Shakur. got money for war but can't feed the poor. They are stealing my money and your money, and they are funding genocide. Every dollar that not my president spends on genocide is a dollar that's not spent on housing. How many of y'all marched here and saw tents of overwhelmingly black people who are living in this rain? Every dollar that's spent on genocide is not spent on health care for all. Every dollar that's spent on genocide is not spending on liberatory education. Every dollar that's spent on genocide is not spent on making sure that our people eat and have water. They got money for war, they got money for genocide, but they can't feed the poor. I want to also say that as I was headed here today, one of my dear friends said, well, why are you going? What difference will it make? Well, you know, I was inspired. I'm originally from Oakland, right? I've been in LA for 25 years, but I'm still claiming Oakland. I'm still claiming town business. Some of y'all saw that my brave folks from Oakland climbed a ship that was headed for Israel. They shut that shit down for 9 fucking hours. The new calculation is that a Palestinian child is killed every 2 minutes. A Palestinian child with a name and a mother and a father and loved ones and a charge from the Creator. Their life is stolen every 2 fucking minutes. So as we shut down this intersection of Hollywood and Highland, we're not letting the wheels of capitalism just churn. Every moment that we stop it, every moment that we stop it, saves someone's life. I will say to you that it is our sacred duty, whoever you call your God, whoever you call your God, if you see yourself as a human being, it is your sacred duty to shut this shit down. You know, I want to be clear about what that means. Shut it down. 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 I also want to be clear that I am a black Muslim woman. And as we talk about the lives of the stolen being martyred, and I want to be clear, I'm also a very bad black Muslim woman who likes to cuss a lot and doesn't do a lot of reading of the Quran. And I'm super Muslim about pork, prayer, and Ramadan, right? That when we talk about the lives of the martyred, we have to remember that martyrdom means making their lives mean something. And so, we're not calling for a fucking humanitarian pause. ceasefire is the very least we can do. We say ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
And we say that so we can get ourselves together to say not just free Gaza, yes, free Gaza, but we say free, free Palestine.
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 From the river to the sea.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Because when we free Palestine, we free ourselves. We free the world. When we free Palestine, we build the world that we all want and need and deserve. So we will free Palestine. We will. Ashe, ashe, ashe.
Can I get some love for all my folks in the middle right here who are leading our civil disobedience? We are a group of Jews and allies, Jews of color. We are a group of intersectional Jews and allies sitting right in the middle right now, and we are not moving. We are not leaving. We will not leave until Palestine is free. Are y'all ready to learn another song? Yeah. All right, hand it out to Amy.
All right, y'all, if you don't know this song, it's called We Rise by Bacha Levine. All the words you need to know are We Rise. You'll sing it with me if you know it. We rise, humbly hearted, rise, won't be divided, rise, to guide us. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. And we rise, all of the children rise, elders of wisdom rise, ancestors around us rise. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. And we rise up from the wreckage, rise, in hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. And we rise, humbly hearted, rise, won't be divided, rise, with spirit to guide us, rise. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. In hope, in prayer, we find ourselves here. In hope, in prayer, we're right here. And we
watching and sharing. We appreciate you.
We did really rise. So let's go ahead and sit again.
It's Jimbo times.